big cause of concern for India. Sanjeev Srivastava, foreign policy expert, joining us. Also joining us is Major Mohommed Ali Shah. He's a defense expert. Welcome both of you gentlemen, and thank you for joining us on NewsX. I'm going to start first of all with you, Major Shah. This statement coming from the side of the US, where the US basically highlights China's behavior, how it tries to assert itself, especially at the Himalayan border, a huge cause of concern for India, isn't it, sir?
It's a huge cause of concern, Meenakshi, but I'm not surprised at all. It's not alarming for me. Why? Because it's a matter of concern, because we know, we are well aware that China would be doing these things, and whether someone's looking or not, they would continue with their expansion plans. There is no denying that. We shouldn't have any doubts about that. They believe in winning wars without fighting, as Sun Tzu said. Well, they believe in Islamic slicing, in stealing land grabbing. They believe in biological warfare, cyber warfare, information warfare, psychological warfare, all kind of warfare possible. But they do not have the wherewithal to face the winters. When winters approach, they run away. They put robotic army. We would be doing joint operation with the US Army in the month of October. A joint exercise where we would train our people in high altitude warfare. We have right now a horse school, high altitude warfare training in Gulmarg in Kashmir. So we would also be sending our troops to Alaska along with to train with the US troops. China will continue doing this. They have made airstrips, they made bridges, they've expanded their railway network, they have built schools towards the border.
Yeah.
They will go on with this. And if we are expecting them to stop 16 rounds of military talks, and they've all failed completely. They've resulted in a stalemate. They didn't result in anything, and they would not. Because ultimately what will happen is they will only be buying time. Well, we are also buying time for that matter, okay. We know nothing much is going to result from these talks. But talks after talks, and China will continue with their expansion plans. They have their goal set up to 2050. They have a full plan of action that by 2050 this is going to happen. And US will try to curb it. And General Charles A. Flans, the commanding general of the US Pacific, has said that he is, I will not say, I don't know why he's called it alarming and shocking and eye-opener. It's not an eye-opener. We all know that. But since he is in charge of the Pacific of the US Army, and most certainly, it is a matter of concern, actually, but US also will do their best to curb it. Look what's happening in North Korea. North Korea is threatening to do atomic and nuclear tests, and US has warned them. Despite that, they've gone ahead, they go ahead and they do it. 3 tests in 1 month. They are going at a record-breaking this thing. They are, China they are also doing the exercise at Taiwan border, which means people are anticipating or they are speculating that China can attack Taiwan any moment, any time. But seeing what's happened in Russia and Ukraine, China will take its time to attack Taiwan right now. But China will continue with their Ladakh border, Arunachal border. In 2008, they refused to give a visa to one of our IAS officers, saying that, oh, he belongs to Arunachal, he's Chinese, he doesn't need a visa. That is a gumption and the courage that China is showing. Well, but we have a befitting reply for China. We have never projected ourselves larger than life the way China does. But they have a lot of disadvantages, Meenakshi, also. I will quickly finish off by saying 2 main disadvantages that China has is the altitude of Indo-Tibet border. Because the altitude, when the aircraft take off, they take off with half payload of fuel, which means the entire tank of fuel cannot be full. So as a result, they cannot complete a full sortie. Second reason is they spend 4 times than us on the defense budget. So people psychologically think that just because they spend so much of money, their military would be stronger than ours. It certainly is not. They are chocolate cream soldiers. Our soldiers are battle hardy, they're brave. We proved it in Galwan Valley when Colonel Babu was martyred on 15 June 2020. 20 of our brave hearts put up a big fight to more than 4 times the amount. So most certainly we are ready, and China, I don't think they can be sly and slimy, but they will not go too far because the international community will not allow that to happen.
Few partnerships are there, but will they be a deterrent enough for China? Major Shah, what do you say?
See, partnership, yes, and that every partnership, as Sanjeev Srivastava rightly said, I totally agree with him, every single partnership would be a deterrent for everyone. Supposing, I'll give a very simple example for everyone to understand. Supposing I decide to do something in my community, in my neighborhood, or in my office, or somewhere where people are there together, and people are really not supportive, they are against me, the negativity sets in. Somewhere, even though I've made up my mind, I've made up a plan, by 2015 I will step over everybody and I will reach here. And if I'm not being supported by everybody else, rather everyone's sending in negativity, it will work somehow. See, if you do not try, it will not work. If we try, we could succeed. So similarly, China's expansion plans have to be curbed, and they are being curbed. We have a Quad. Quad was set up mainly to curbing China's action in the Indo-Pacific. Australia, Japan, India and US. We will also be training our fighter pilots and be in the Anderson Air Force Base in America. So most certainly, China's actions, well, you cannot control them, but you can certainly curb them to a great degree, Meenakshi.
All right, sir.